Bodysuits let actors go through physical transformations that they couldn't easily make on their own, from gaining weight to gaining muscle to being pregnant. There are times when bodysuits don't need to be as detailed because they're covered in clothing. To make a bodysuit, you first have to get a life cast of an actor's entire torso.
This is the strangest profession there is.
Keanu and Alex were covered in purple and green silicone rubbers. The green silicone has an oil in it that ensures it won't pull any of the actors' hairs out of their bodies. The two silicones adhere to each other and are then wrapped in a temporary plaster jacket to hold them together, which will eventually be replaced by a fiberglass shell. That forms the mold that will shape the bodysuits. The fiberglass torso shell is laid up into the silicone impression, which then gets covered in clay for the sculpting part of the process. This is the first stage where attention to every realistic detail is crucial, as the team sculpts every muscle and vein onto this mold. In early design and Photoshop stages, Alex said he actually wanted the muscular build to look like a gorilla. Even if the suit's shape is over the top, the basic anatomy can still be convincing. Sculptor Carol Koch kept a model of the human anatomy in front of her as a reference while chipping away at the muscle suits.
The painting that also pops them up, so that the combination of a nice sculpture with paint is what makes them look real.
Once they've sculpted the shape of the bodysuits with all their details in clay, they make a mold of the clay suit using a thicker silicone, combine the life-cast torso shell, and then inject foam latex into it. The outer layer of foam is removed and replaced with a skin-colored layer of silicone. But it isn't until after the suit is sealed and injected with yet more silicone that Kevin can start to paint details on the skin. The next thing to nail was skin tone. When trying to nail the color palette of the actor's skin, Kevin started with lighter shades to match Keanu and Alex's complexions. The muscle suits were smooth and hairless to mimic bodybuilders, but Keanu's fat suit had hair. Adding hair to a suit makes it easier to hide skin details, but each hair has to look real, from how it curls to the growth pattern. Kevin punched at least 300 individual hairs into the stomach and chest of Keanu's fake paunch. He made sure to make the hair thicker and heavier as it went down the chest towards the groin. You can't have a bodysuit that just looks realistic. It also has to move like a real body. The foam latex beneath the layer of skin-like silicone helps the actors move comfortably. A fat suit like the one Kevin made for Keanu needs to bounce and jiggle naturally. Kevin simply fills the chest and stomach of a suit with bags of beads.
It kind of jiggles up and down.
With all the skill involved in making these suits look and move like real human flesh, some of the realism is achieved by cleverly hiding the dead giveaways. Makeup artists typically cover up the zippers on the back of bodysuits. They kept the zippers on the muscle suits exposed so the actors could hop in and out of them quickly to cool off. So for a shot like this, the zippers were just CGI'd out. Kevin also needed to hide the seams where the suit connects to real skin around the neck and the arms. So when wearing the muscle suits, the two actors wore weightlifting gloves, while Keanu's long fake beard hid the neck seam. You will also notice Keanu wearing two necklaces in the shots where he has a bigger belly. The lower one was glued down to hide the straps that held the suit up above the chest. All that effort, from punching hundreds of hairs to wearing a 20 to 25 pound suit in punishing heat, created something realistic, not just for the viewer, but also the actor.